Welcome to Anime Thoughts, where I, your anime thought, will lead you into discussion. Today, we're going over all the anime in 2019 that I enjoyed on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll won the poll, so if you want something else to win, just activate the bell so you can get notifications. This is more for anyone that is wanting a modern experience and has no idea where to start. It's from winter 2019 to fall 2019, in that order. Let's get started. Black Clover. It's about a boy who has no magic, where almost everyone can use it. This is obviously a disadvantage, but that won't stop him from trying to become the Wizard King. Although many people have been very frustrated at points of the anime, I think nothing is wrong with it. If you don't expect filler and stuff like that with a long-running show, then you're just naive. Boruto. Yeah, I understand it is hardly even respectable at this point, but you know what? I'ma say it. I'm caught up with it, and I actually kinda enjoy it, in the same way British people enjoy Vegemite or whatever that nasty salty concoction is. Anyway, the show is about Naruto's son, Boruto. Oh, you can also watch about 30 episodes without missing much. Domestic Girlfriend. The anime follows the MC as he finds himself caught in fate with two women. The odd thing about the whole ordeal is one of them is his teacher and the other is the teacher's sister. Although this is a romance anime, there is actual legit progress with the sex life part of, a romance anime. Other romance anime should follow Domestic Girlfriend in this aspect, being that it's so rare to see. Fairy Tail, probably the best anime if you're trying to randomly cry for odd reasons. I don't know how they do it, but it certainly hits me in the feels constantly. I think Fairy Tail is the king when it comes to that aspect of anime, at least to me and the many anime I've seen. It follows Natsu and Lucy on adventures of magic that brings everyone closer together. Kaguya-sama Love is War. It's about two high school students being entirely too proud to admit that they love each other. The show takes many extremes in certain aspects of their life in a very comical way. The narrator was a genius idea that gives a little bit of extra spice to the show. I also really like the art style of each character. Lord El Mayo's Case Files. It's a part of the Fate series, and I will say I haven't seen all the Fate series, but I was still able to keep up with the Case Files. I think the anime is just fun for the eyes. The fights combined with the art style is certainly something to marvel at. I think the show talks in a very roundabout way, making it a little confusing at times, but it's still very enjoyable. Mob Psycho 100. This would be covering the second season of the show, but obviously start with the first season if this is new to you. Regardless, when you do finish the first season, you should immediately jump to the next season. It's about a psychic that is just crazy strong. It has somewhat of a relaxed feel, just like One Punch Man. So if you dig One Punchy, then give this a shot. One Piece, one of the longest running anime, and it certainly seems like a daunting task to catch up to the current episode. I honestly can't blame anyone put off by the sheer number, but you should so watch One Piece. The show is about Luffy who wants to become the Pirate King, and boy does this show go into detail. The fights are A1 sauce, the lore is A1 sauce, practically everything but the pacing is A1 sauce. But I mean, it's to be expected with over 900 episodes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, over the top fighting and drama. I mean, it's so over the top that it's amazing. I truly don't understand the phenomenon that's happening between the art style, fights, and voices, but it's addicting. Each series follows the next generation of JoJo, and just wow, how is this so good? Attack on Titans, I'm sure you have watched AOT, but on the off chance it's something that you haven't seen, it's definitely worth your time. It's about Titans trying to kill all the humans that are trapped in a massive fortress-like area. I think this follows season 3. I'm too tired to fact check, but yeah, go watch it. It's kind of messed up, but you need that in your life to enjoy nice stuff every now and then. Fruits Basket. This is supposed to cover the entire manga of Fruits Basket from the beginning, I think. Unlike the old Fruits Basket, this one should get more seasons in the upcoming months or years. It's about a girl that has nowhere to stay, so she is taken in by a group of people that are the embodiments of the zodiac signs. Strong romance vibes as well as a wonderful story. Demon Slayer, between people loving it in the beginning, then being pissed that it got too popular, I honestly don't know what people think about the show at the very moment. What I can tell you is that I love it. I really love it. It's pretty, and although people claim it has no story, I think it does. It's also a wonderful gateway anime to turn normies into weebies. We never learned Boku Ben. It's about really smart girls not wanting to major in their respective strengths. So they need a tutor to help them understand the subjects that they actually love because they're not good at it. The tutor is the main character and he gets caught up in a harem-like situation. I love how the anime shows that you can do the things you want to do instead of focusing on an easier path. The Rising of the Shield Hero, an isekai where the main character gets royally ducked from the start. He is one of the very few heroes summoned, but he is only given a shield, unlike the other people that are given legit weapons. For whatever reason, he finds himself being set up and screwed over every turn he makes. At the time, this was one of the shows I was very invested in, and I might cry if they don't come out with a second season soon. Are you lost? The MC has always trained with her father to survive on her own. One day, after being stranded with a couple of other girls, her skills will most likely be the only saving grace of the group. I thought at times it was a little dumb, but for the most part I was quite intrigued with all the little bits of survival information I learned from it. Dr. Stone, yet another show that teaches the viewer all kinds of things between making clay pots to making antibiotics in a Stone Age type of setting. Obviously, most of you have seen Dr. Stone, but on the off chance you haven't, it's about Senku trying to bring the modern age back after humans were almost eradicated by a green light that literally brought the humans back to the Stone Age by making them stone. Fire Force. It's a very interesting take on firefighters. They take the saying, fight fire with fire, a little too seriously. We follow Shinra, whom controls fire on his feet to fight things called infernals. Infernals are citizens that were unfortunate enough to spontaneously combust, turning into demon-like creatures. If it's for my daughter, I would even slay a demon lord. In essence, it's just a show about a hero finding a child in the woods with no hope of surviving on her own. He decides to take in this poor soul, treating her like his own. She is so grateful for everything that he has done for her, and honestly, it's just a heartwarming show. Danmachi, the second season of a show based on gods and people working together to defeat the Demon King. We follow a really weak character named Bell. He's determined to get stronger to help out his god, as well as just reach the top floor to defeat the demon. He has good character development in some aspects with an okay plot. I'd say it gets a B+. To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. Probably not worthy when compared to a lot of these, but hey, this video is about what I liked, and I liked it. Pretty much a group of people are capable of becoming beasts in a folklore type of setting, for example, a centaur. Unfortunately, after a betrayal and much other stuff, the beast cannot be trusted anymore. And honestly, I got yelled at last time I talked about this plot, so that's all I'm going to say this time. The time I got reincarnated as a slime. Another really good isekai. I thought the plot was very interesting. It's about a dude that dies in our world and being reincarnated as, yeah, you guessed it, a slime. At first thought, you might think, well, that's dumb. He's actually the weakest living organism in that world. But I think you might be pleasantly surprised if you keep watching. Ahito no Soda. I believe the anime is pretty slow in progress, but I think that's because they are trying to give each character on the basketball team some character development. I can't complain with that. I'm willing to bet it's going to speed up pretty soon anyway. It's about a really short basketball player that has practiced more than anyone, so he can overcome his weakness. I can relate super hard with this dude. Ascendance of a Bookworm. I think you get the trend. I really like isekai, or maybe there is just a lot of them out there right now. Regardless, I have to say this might be one of my top 3. I just think it's a really unique idea. Pretty much a woman is transported to another world where she is a weak, frail girl. All she wants to do is read books, but they are rare, so she decides to make her own. Black Fox. It's the only movie on the list. It's about a girl whose grandpa is a ninja and her father is a genius at creating super high-tech items. The duo of the grandpa and father make Rika really strong, inheriting the will of both of them. After a lot of messed up stuff happening to her family, she decides to take matters in her own hands. It's a neat little watch. Food Wars. I don't know what season this is, but I know it's not the first one. If you don't know if you should watch a food anime or not, I would suggest trying out Food Wars first. Between the ecchi, delicious looking food, and story progression, it's a safe bet for anyone curious about the genre. It's about a character changing the culinary world with his passion for food. Grand Blue Fantasy is based off of a game. Typically when this happens, the story and all that stuff is subpar. Grand Blue is certainly not something you're going to fall in love with, but that's not what the anime is all about. It's about entering the world created and explore what they have to offer. I just really like the world and ideas of the anime. Flying ships, floating islands, magic, all that good stuff can be found here. Oretsuki. Can someone be so unfortunate and lucky at the same time with their love life? If I was in this dude's shoes, I would so go for just one, but that's the flaw of harems, or maybe I just don't like the harem genre. Besides that, I think the show was really good, and it better have another season. It's about a dude that finds himself helping others find love while all he wants is for them to notice him. Hashtag notice me senpai. Radiant. It's about a horned sorcerer who can use magic with just his hands. Sorcerers in this world are feared and seen as big bad monsters. Seth wants to destroy all the monsters plaguing his world, so he is in search of Radiant. Radiant is considered the origin of the monsters, but little is known about its location. The art is dope, fights dope, the plot is dope, for me at least. Hashtag ignore the haters. Welcome to Demon School. Oddly enough, I've been indulging in an anime I never thought was all that great. Something about it has me coming back each week. The MC is stolen from the human world by a demon and forced to live in the demon world. It's kind of like a slice of life anime, but about demons and one human. It's kind of meh, but it's the good kind of meh, you know? Sword Art Online. I'm getting kind of lazy with the script, so yeah, I like the new SAO season. You should go check it out. My Hero Academia. From the first season, I knew the show was special. At first, it didn't seem like there was much to it, but as the story progressed, how could we not fall in love with Midoriya struggling to make it into his dream hero school? If by some freak chance you made it this far and haven't seen My Hero, then yeah, I would probably start with this one. I know this was a longer version of what I normally do, so thank you for making it this far. I really do appreciate it. And I also have a headache, so if my voice sounds a little weird, it's probably due to the headache, but I really had to record this today. I have a Discord if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content. I'm also working on other anime type stuff for your entertainment. I understand if you may not have seen anything new. I just thought I would share what I enjoyed this past year. But anyway, I will see you weebs when I see you.